Hi there. I'm working on a new character. It's top secret, and I can't show it to you just yet. But I am going to show you how that lovable bird brain, Woody Woodpecker, was created.
Okay, boss. Quit padding your part and tell him about little old lovable me.
Now look here, Woody. I don't know where you are, but if you can't keep a civil tongue in your bill, we'll just forget the whole thing.
Oh, Mr. Lance, please, sir, you wouldn't. After all, my public has a right to know more about me.
All right, Woody, all right. But where are you?
Right under your big, right under your nose, sir.
Well, he's not in here. Or here either. No. I wonder where he is.
I'm right here, boss. In the pencil on your drawing board.
All right, my fine feathered friend. Let's see what you look like. Let's see, put the eyes in here. And the top knot. Uh-huh. You earned my pencil. You sure had me fooled for a while. Let's see now. A little line here. And a bulge here. And a broken tail. And, of course, a big mouth.
Hey, you made me look as if I swallowed a balloon. I'm not that fat. Sure, I want to be a big TV star, but not that big.
In that case, let's see what we can do for you, Woody. I'll have you reduced in no time.
Oh, great. This is just great. Now I ain't got no body.
Oh, don't be so impatient. I'll have you back in shape in a jiffy. There. How do you like that?
Muscle Beach, here I come. Now you got me looking more like a toothpick than a woodpecker.
Well, you're sure hard to please. Well, let's try it again. I'll bet you wouldn't be satisfied if I made you look like Superman. Just what do you think you should look like?
Let me have that pencil and I'll show you.
Okay, wise guy. Here. How about your tail feathers? Wow, what a ham. But that's Woody, and that's how he was created. He gets under your skin at times, but he wouldn't be Woody if he didn't. That's all for now. I'll see you later in the show. No doubt all of you who are learning to play the piano or other musical instruments have used a metronome to help you keep the proper tempo. Now, a metronome plays a very important part in the making of an animated cartoon. This black box is a special electric metronome. We use it because it's very accurate. The numbers on this dial represent different tempos. The director uses this metronome to time the action for our cartoons. When we want a character to move fast, we time his action to this tempo. When we want him to move slow, we set the dial to a slower tempo. The director times the entire cartoon with this little black box and indicates the tempo on this time sheet. Note how each step is marked. Here the steps are closer together, and here they are farther apart. To demonstrate our little black box more clearly, let's have Woody Woodpecker act out a scene for us.
Hey, this is my day off. Why don't you use Windy?
I guess we have been working you pretty hard, Woody, so we'll give the scene to Windy. Here's Windy at the start of a scene. Winter has come, and he wants to get to his cabin before the snow flies. The metronome is set at a fast tempo because Windy is in a hurry. Now watch how he runs to this tempo. We slow down the tempo as Windy gets tired. Now Windy is really slowing down. And finally loses all his wind.
I don't think the old boy's gonna make it.
And so you see how important the metronome is? For example, here is Wally Walrus conducting the orchestra at a slow tempo. Now we go into a medium tempo. Wally Walrus now decides on a very fast tempo. Every scene in our cartoons is timed to the tempo we set on this little black box. I guess it's no secret that my favorite cartoon character is Woody Woodpecker. Usually he's dashing around cooking up mischief, but it isn't all his fault, because he couldn't get around at all without our help. Maybe you'd like to see how we do it. The artist who makes Woody move is known as an animator. His job requires a lot of talent and many years of experience. He works at this special drawing board. There's a round metal plate with glass in the center that can be moved to any position you want. And underneath is a light that shines up through the paper that the animator works on. There are 2 sets of pegs on the board, and the paper the animator uses is punched so that it fits right over these pegs. In order to have a cartoon character move, the animator must make a series of drawings to show that action. To do this, the animator places a sheet of paper on the pegs, then draws the first position of the character. He then puts another sheet on the pegs. The first drawing acts as a guide in drawing the second position of the arm. It requires 12 drawings to raise the arm slowly. When he has completed a series of drawings, the animator can flip them to see the action. To get the action on film, we photograph each drawing separately. This is the result. Each one of these little squares or frames has a picture of one drawing on it. I know this is too small for you to see the pictures, so we made a large photograph of it. These are the individual pictures of drawings, and when they move real fast through the projector, we see the action. Now let's see how that action looks after it's been put on film. As you can see, there's a lot of work in bringing cartoon characters to life. As a matter of fact, there's much more to the animator's job than I've been able to show you. But I'll tell you more about it on another one of our shows. These drawings have just been completed by some of the animators here at the Walter Land Studios. It looks like a very interesting sequence. But now we have to put some life in it. This is the camera room where that magic action takes place. This is the test camera. And over here is the production camera. Right now, let's look at the test camera. Our test camera is operated by Mickey Batchelder. The camera lens points down at the tabletop where Mickey places the drawings. The drawings are put on pegs. There's a glass plate in front of the cameraman, and when he steps on the foot pedal, the plate comes down to hold the drawing in place. Then he presses a button, and the camera takes a picture of the drawing. He photographs one drawing at a time. A little later on this show, we'll show that scene come to life. The cameraman always works from an exposure sheet. Like a movie script, it explains the action and shows in what order each drawing is to be photographed. On every shot, our cameraman uses an air hose to clean the dust off of the glass plate. If he didn't do this, every speck of dust would show up on the screen, and the picture would look like this. We call it a snowstorm, and we certainly don't want this on our films. We get side movements by moving the background behind the character. He takes a picture with the camera, then turns a handle again, moving the background behind the character, and takes another picture. The speed of the action depends on how far he turns the handle before he takes another picture. This is how it appears on the screen. The long shot and close-up action is done by moving the camera up or down, as you see Mickey doing here. In other words, when the camera is lowered, we get closer to the picture. When it is raised, we get farther away. Here's how it looks on the screen. You've probably noticed that the drawings Mickey is photographing are outlines only. That's because this is a rehearsal of the cartoon. We want to make sure that all the action is perfect before we get the drawings ready for the final photography on the production camera. It's slow work photographing a test reel of all the drawings that are needed for a complete cartoon, But finally it's done and ready for us to look at. I'd like to show you part of a test reel that is ready for approval. Lights out, Woody. Thanks, Woody. Now all the drawings go to the inking and painting departments to be finished. On one of these programs, we'll show you how these pencil drawings are completed by inking and painting. Hi there. I guess by this time you recognize this as a storyboard for one of our Woody Woodpecker cartoons. Of course, the storyboard is just a rough idea of what the finished picture will be like. It's a series of drawings that have to be brought to life.
Oh, that shouldn't be hard.
Or maybe it shouldn't, Woody, but it's a lot of work. After the director has timed his picture, he goes over the storyboard with the animators who will work on it. He explains the story in detail and the personality of the characters. Then he gives each animator a portion of the story to animate. This is what they have to work with. The storyboard tells the story. The model chart shows special features of the characters. The layout is a drawing of the stage setting in which the action takes place. The exposure sheet gives us a complete description of everything we're supposed to see and hear. On this one, the scene opens with Woody in a chair. The kids come in, and the little girl says, "Uncle Woody, tell us a story." It takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 drawings for the word uncle. Then Woody starts here and ends here. Tell us a story. And so on. When the animator starts to bring the story to life, he puts the layout drawing on the top pegs of the drawing board and the character drawings on the bottom pegs. That's so the background can be moved to give the impression that the figure is moving. When the first drawing is finished, the animator places a second sheet of paper on the pegs and makes his second drawing. By flipping the drawing as he works, the animator can tell whether the action from one drawing to the next will be smooth. The faster he flips, the faster the action becomes. If two characters are working in the same scene, they're often drawn on separate sheets of paper. The animator actually makes only the key drawings in a scene. For example, if Knot, Head, and Splinter are walking, the animator would draw them in the starting position and at the end of the walk. He would indicate the number of drawings he wanted in between. Then he turns his key drawings over to his assistant to complete. When the drawings are completed, the animator flips through them to determine whether the action moves smoothly. When the animator is satisfied with the drawings, they're checked by the director before going to the camera department. On one of these shows, we'll follow along and see what happens to them there. You know, to travel anywhere, we humans have to have tickets, but not Woody. Woody's ticket is just an idea in a writer's head. Wherever the writer wants to send Woody, we can get him there. This will give you an idea of the strange places Woody has visited. We sent him to Alaska,
Where it was too cold.
to a jungle near the equator.
Where it was too hot.
We even sent him out of this world in a spaceship.
Where it was too lonely.
And once we took him to a razzle-dazzle circus.
Now, there's a place that's just right.
Woody's travels start here with the director and the background artist. Alex Slobey, the director, and Ray Jacobs, the background artist, are planning the backgrounds for one of Woody's adventures. The background artist goes to work on what we call a layout sketch. He works from the storyboard, but he makes his drawings more complete with greater detail. He draws both the interior and exterior backgrounds. He tries to keep them clear and simple so they can be recognized easily. That's because Woody's pictures are shown in 72 different countries around the world. When he needs information about a particular location, he may ask for help from the library. That's where we keep books and magazine pictures of costumes and places, like the Eiffel Tower, the pyramids, or the beach of Waikiki. Lowell Elliott, who is in charge of our library, brings some illustrations for Ray to look at. When the layouts are finished, the director uses them to set the stage for the actions of Woody. Then the animators draw the actions of the characters on sheets of paper placed over the layout. Now the backgrounds have to be painted in full color. This is done very carefully, for we don't want the background to clash with the colors of the characters. The different colors used on the characters are marked on the model sheet. A color chart is used to select the right color and shade. We certainly wouldn't have Woody standing in front of a barn painted the same shade of red as our wacky hero.
You can say that again.
Where are you, Woody?
Right here, boss.
When all the backgrounds are completed, they go to the camera department. They're placed on pegs. Then the characters are placed over the background and the picture is photographed. And Woody is off on more adventures that may take place anywhere in the world, even though he really never leaves the Wonderland studio. I've often thought what fun it would be if we could just dream about where we wanted to go, then draw a picture of that place and put ourselves into it. Unfortunately, it isn't that easy for us. That's where Woody has a big advantage.